Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Justin M. Cardenas, and now I will continue the discussion of Miss Cario in the topic of meteoroid, meteor, and meteorites. So now let's proceed. And in this image, as you can see, naadri ang atong mga planets. So, ang atong mga planets is nabilong siya sa heliosphere. So, what is heliosphere? Heliosphere is a vast bubble-like region of space surrounding the Sun and the solar system. Dominated by the Sun's influence, it's formed by a solar wind, stream of charged particles emanating from the Sun and the Sun's magnetic field. So, from the Sun, uh, ang heliosphere is influenced by the sun. So the heliosphere acts as a shield, deflecting much of the charged particles and radiation from interstellar medium. So which is the space between stars. So ang heliosphere di ay is gaacts na siya as a shield sa ato ang mga planets para dili mo lahos ang mga charged particles and radiation padulong sa atoa. So now, next is nga naadari is ang namoy nakita nga uh, Voyager 1. So what is Voyager 1? Um, and ang Voyager 1 is nabilong na siya sa interstellar space. So ang interstellar space is mo na siya ang the region between stars within a galaxy. So while often described empty, contains a diffuse stellar of gas, dust, and cosmic rays. So this medium is vital for the formation of new stars and planets. So there is interstellar space. Diri ni empty na siya pero dira nagasugod ang mga formation sa gas and cosmic rays para sa mga bagong nga planet. So, dere makita inyo nga to akong giingon ganiya ang Voyager 1. So, what is Voyager 1? Voyager 1 is a NASA space probe launched in 1977 to explore the other solar system and beyond. So, ang Voyager 1 is ano na siya, mura siya satellite sa NASA bitaw nga ilang gi-launch um, ilang gi-launch sa interstellar space para ma-explore ang mga other solar system. So, now diri pud sa interstellar space makita ninyo ang termination shock and heliopause. So, first, what is termination shock? Termination shock is a boundary space where the solar wind slows down and intersects with the local interstellar medium, making the edge of the sun's influence. It's also where the solar wind transition forms supersonic to subsonic flow. Voyager 1 naadara dool sa Voyager 1. Adra gyud nabutang ang Voyager 1 dool sa um, termination shock. So now, let's proceed to heliopause. So what is heliopause? Heliopause is the boundary of heliosphere, the region of space dominated by the sun's magnetic field and solar wind. So it marks the point where the sun's influence weakens and the interstellar medium. So now, next is, so Oort cloud is a theoretical vast spherical shell of icy planetesimals thought to be at the edge of our solar system. So ang Oort cloud is kana siya nga part is nanagi na siya sa punta-punta sa atong solar system. Sa pinakadulo na gina siya. So extending far beyond Pluto and the Kuiper belt. It's believed to be the source of long-period comets, which have highly elongated, randomly inclined orbits around the Sun. So, mo na siya ang Oort cloud. Now, let's proceed to, as you can see, naay duha ka shiny star-like objects sa image. So, first is that is Centauri. Centauri refers to the constellation Centaurus, a prominent southern constellation known for containing the bright stars. Muna siyang mo po na siyang ano kay siya kanang hayag kayo siya. So, containing the bright stars like Alpha Centauri and Beta Centauri and the globular cluster Omega Centauri. So next is, as you can see, next is the AC plus 793888, also known as Gliese 445, is a star located approximately 17.6 light years from Earth. It's an M-type main sequence star, meaning it's a relatively cool red star in 40,000 years. The Voyager 1 spacecraft will be closer to AC plus 793888 than to our own sun, according to NASA. So now let's proceed to the next image. So here you can see the Kuiper Belt. So Kuiper Belt is a region beyond Neptune's orbit, containing icy bodies and remnants from the solar system formation. So it's shaped like a donut and extends from 30 to 50 astronomical units or AU from the sun, with some objects extending to over 1,000 AU. The belt is home to Pluto and many other dwarf planets. The Kuiper Belt objects is muna siya another term, KBOs. So sa Kuiper Belt, dara na siya nadra ang mga dwarf planet like Pluto and many mga dwarf planet bisag unsa. So there is a Kuiper Belt, nadri ang mga icy bodies and mga remnants sa solar system sa pag-formation sa solar system. So naan ang Kuiper Belt naan siya sa beyond or naan siya sa gawas sa orbit sa Pluto. Sa Pluto sa Neptune. So ang Kuiper Belt murag ang orbit sa Neptune narag na siya ang Kuiper Belt na nagawas ra gid siya sa orbit sa Neptune beyond like kita ninyo diri sa image, it is beyond Neptune's orbit. So that is the Kuiper Belt. Meteoroids. So meteoroids is a rocky metallic objects less than 100 meters. So it is smaller bodies in between the planets. Several hundred tons of meteoroids enter the Earth's atmosphere each day. So daghan kayo mga meteoroids nga gasulod sa atmosphere sa Earth taga-adlaw. So like sa inyong kakita diri sa image, ang asteroid is dako na siya, di ba? But meteoroid is a small part lang na siya, gamay ra na siya nga part sa asteroid. So that is what we call meteoroid. So meteoroids is while heated to incandescent by atmospheric friction during their meteoroids while heated to incandescent by atmospheric friction during their passage through the atmosphere, they are termed meteors. So pag mosulod na gani ang ang meteoroid, pag mosulod na siya sa atmosphere and mainit na siya, kalayo na. tinatawag na siya nga meteors. So, a fragment survives to hit the ground is known to as meteorite. So, as you can see in this image, nga naadiri nga nang wala pa siya sa wala pa siya sa atmosphere sa Earth is nitawag pa na siya nga meteoroid. But pag musulod na siya sa atmosphere sa Earth nga musugod na siya og kalayo tungod sa friction, muinit na siya and mukalayo. And tawagon na siya meteors. So next, pag muabot na siya sa surface sa Earth and mo impact na siya sa yuta, mo na nangyatawag nga meteorite. So next is as you can see in this image, mauni siya ang Barringer Meteor Crater in northern Arizona. So, what caused the Barringer Crater or Barringer Meteor Crater in Arizona? So, 49,000 years ago, a large 30 to 50 meter diameter iron asteroid impacted the Colorado Plateau in northern Arizona. The resulting it result to a massive explosion, excavated 175 million tons of rock, forming a crater nearly a mile wide and 570 feet deep. So, mo din ni ang Barringer Crater in Arizona. Makita ninyo no nga dako kay na siya. And lawom kay na siya tungod sa dako kayo nga meteor nga nahulog diha. So, delikado kay ng mga meteor pag mahulog siya sa Earth, especially na og dako kayo kay na siya impact tungod sa kakusog. Now, that's all for the topic meteoroid, meteor, and meteorites. Thank you.